We are in a tricky reversal type market environment. The highlight of the day is Cobra III E-mini Nasdaq going long at 93.15.50, up almost 100 points at its best. And so the market is a challenging market environment. These V reversals, these sharp sell-offs and V reversals are pretty hard to trade. We have the trend as higher, and so when you buy these dips and you have a steep pullback, you can get stopped out like we did in some of our strategies. But Cobra III E-mini Nasdaq is the highlight of the day. There is 30 minutes left to trade, and we will see how this market ends up and if it reverses once again or if it continues higher. The bulls seem to not have any sort of extended sell-off. Yesterday, we saw the market sell off at the end of the day, and then it bounced back overnight, and then it sold off at the open, and then it's bounced back ever since. And so we will see how this seesaw market environment ends up in the next few days. 30.15 is the price of the ES, up above 3,000. Adaptive moving average is back and forth on that, up a little bit on the day, long, short, reverse to long, and you see that. Tick count trend, bought the dip down here, and then finally took a winner home after a few losers, 2 or 3 losers here. And you see these sharp sell-offs. This market is just, it bounces off of this, and then you see a sharp sell-off here. I don't know if I didn't see any news events here. It rallies, and then you see a sharp. Whenever you see these little sharp sell-offs, I check the news feed, and I'm not seeing it. So I'm not used to seeing these spikes. These spikes are a little bit, worrisome if you're a bull. I think the market's starting to crack. But right now it continues to be strong overall, and they'll eventually get to a point where these become larger and larger and the trend then reverses. But right now it is still up, and it can continue to all-time highs before it actually reverses. With the strength of the Federal Reserve behind the market, whether you agree with that or not is another conversation, but that is the truth of the trend, is that it is higher. The strength is higher today, and it has been since March 23rd because of the Federal Reserve. And stock index swing minus 1,025, just a steep sell-off at the open. Nasdaq open lower, and the SR counter trends plus 475. We had one strategy here, nice picture perfect counter trend move on that, and then the 5-minute version was stopped out, and then the 15-minute version hit its profit target. So the 1 minute and the 15-minute version hit their profit target. 5-minute minus 825, and the trade of the day was Asia 4 long, and so you see Asia 4 long plus 1,500 overnight. That sell-off at the end of the day, the bulls would not have it, and they ran it back up at night during the Asian session, plus 1,500 on that trade. You see tick pulse, we're not trading that strategy. It's up on the day, minus 1925 on AT 2019, minus 725 on AT 2020. Tick pullback, minus 525 on the ES. Tick pullback in Q, minus 725. And then plus 1,700 on tick count trend in Q. Really nice trades here on this bounce back. And so even during this sell-off, we still had the trend as higher, as steep as this sell-off was, and it did bounce back. And so a lot of our strategies captured that move. And we will see, it's selling off a little bit here at the end of the day. Sometimes we see that sell-off into 345, 350, and then another sharp move higher. And 3020 is a bit of a resistance. It typically, market opened up here, made the high at the open yesterday at 30.19, made the high once again at 30.19 today. And so resistance oftentimes gets plowed through at night. And so we'll see what happens with this market if it sells off and then tries to plow through that at night, or if this is overnight resistance as well. Night trader did not trade last night, and you see night trader, but ES after hours did. And I've created all strategy access 6. So if you have the all strategy access portfolio, you'll be getting this updated workspace. It includes ES after hours, plus 737.50 last night, and we went over gap fill and reverse crude oil. We're adding that to the portfolio calculator, and we talked about that yesterday on YouTube. And then a 60-minute breakout strategy. I like this strategy. What it does is it it has a $1,000 profit target and a $600 stop loss. And when it's stopped out, it reverses to the long side. So initially takes a short trade, looks to take shorts, and so short side breakout. And if it gets stopped out and it's not stopped out on the first bar, then it reverses. So if it gets stopped out on the first bar, it does not reverse. If it gets stopped out on the bar that's not the entry bar, it will reverse the trade. Right here is an example of how this strategy went short, trade did not work out, reversed, went long, hit a profit target, $1,000 profit target, and the last two trades plus $1,000. So I'll be getting those out to you, as soon as possible. Most of you, if you have the book, already have access to gap fill and reverse crude oil. Yesterday was a nice gap fill in reverse, but it did not happen during the 10:30 to 11:30 time frame. You can change that time frame to different times of day, and it would have captured that move. You see this gap fill in reverse from last week, and we're adding it to the portfolio. So you'll have 77 active strategies in the All Strategy Access. And so these two strategies will not go into any particular portfolio per se. If you have the stock index portfolio, you'll also be getting this. Micro or full portfolio will be getting this setup. And so these two strategies are not in any of the other sub portfolios. They're just part of the All Strategy Access setup, and you can implement it as you wish. Let's go over the other trades on the day. All Strategy Access 3, as you go 4 short last night, plus 1,000. Cobra Euro 4 plus 350. And All Strategy Access 4, Cobra Crude minus 725. Esther Counter Trend 3, Natural Gas minus 560. This one holds trades overnight. All Strategy Access 5, no trades today. You notice that gold is on August. Natural gas is on July. If you're trading bonds, you want to trade September. And those are the trades on the day. Those are the setups. And I will be sending you out. It'll take me a couple of days to get the All Strategy Access 6 to everyone. And most of you already have ES After Hours. If you have the book, you have this, but I'll send it anyway. And if you have, and then you won't, this will be the new strategy that you'll have access to, because I want to look for more opportunities to go short. This is an initial short selling strategy, and I want to show you the performance for it. So here's the performance report going back to 2012. It does not work before 2012, but since 2012, here is the equity curve, and I like how it's climbing out of this drawdown here. And you know, the thing is you know, we haven't been in, this is a strategy that initially takes short trades. It's very hard to find a strategy that initially takes short trades, and what we've had is mainly a bull market for so long. And so you see that here, mainly a short seller that can reverse to long trades. And so it's called a short cover with reverse. You can disable that input so it does not reverse and take long trades, or you can just take just the short trades, or you can take the short trades with the reversal. So I'll have more details on this. This is just an initial introduction to the strategy and an update for the trades on the day. Let's check on, so see, we get these little small spikes, like it's gonna, like the market's about to sell off. Every time you get one of these, it feels like, oh, the market's about to roll over. And you've been getting these all the way up. You can see these on a 1 minute chart. Even better, let's look at a 1 minute chart of the NQ. Gap continuation has a custom session, so it's closed on the day. Let's look at tick count trend. A strategy like tick count trend will take advantage of these, and so you see that the trend is up and it buys these dips. So market pull back again here, and this is the type of strategy that takes advantage of what feels like a market that's about to sell off, and then it rallies. So strong trend, hard to short this market, and it was hard to go long this morning, and that's why a lot of the SR counter trends and ATs were stopped out. But we're making up for it here at the end of the day. As you see, Cobra 3 almost at a 100-point gain today. 93.15, so 4 points away from a 100-point gain, which is $2,000 per contract. Always like to see 100-point gains in the Nasdaq, and really love this setup because you're not buying it at the high. Oftentimes, lately when we've been getting at Cobra 3, it's really overbought, and it's really hard to write the system so you don't go long on Cobra 3 when it's overbought, because oftentimes going long when it's overbought works, and trying to decide when not to buy when it's overbought, and when to go long when it's overbought and when not to go long when it's overbought within Cobra 3 over optimizes it and really hurts the performance, because sometimes you can get really big winners buying overbought, but lately this strategy has gone through a reversal period, and so it's gone short on oversold, long on overbought, long on overbought. Today it's getting in on the V reversal, and I love that, and I love how this strategy works when it is able to capture those types of trades.